Okay, students, so here is your last video lecture for week 6. And basically, this is just kind of going over the assignments that I've given you this week and how to do them. So let's look at our module. You've already kind of gone through some assignments. One of our video lectures this week was on seconds, identifying and building major and minor seconds. So I kind of do a brief recap of that. I'm continuing some rhythmic performance, but again, I've kind of did that when we talked about meter, and it's just showing you the different ways to do this, continuing working on our rhythm, and of course, continuing working on piano keys. So I'll tell you what, let us start with the musician's guide. I'd like you to do the reading of the musician's fundamentals, chapter 3, simple meters. I'm going to show it to you real quick. And let's go to chapter 3. I'll go here faster. Chapter 3, simple meters, which is pretty much what a lot of this lecture has been discussing this week. The idea of really getting a grasp on the idea of duple, triple, and quadruple. Of course, we're discussing 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Okay, so do the reading. Listen to the various examples that you have here. Susanna, oh, to cry for me. Or let's see, we got it. Okay, so anyway, make sure you listen to those little things. I'm going to continue on. We will get into this. It'll be on a shorter video lecture I give you. But again, more rhythmic notation. Now, we've already been getting used to these kind of things. Note head, beam, stems, all this stuff about, here's our meter signatures. Please read this. Again, it's just more to add to what I've already given you. All right? So make sure you do the reading. And if you do the reading, it will help you do the assignments. Okay, so let's look at the assignments. What did I give you this week as far as the book is concerned? I've given you a Know It, Chapter 3, the simple meters, and the Show It, 3.1, 3.2. So let's start with this Know It. Let's see what this is all about. Let's go over here. Let's go to Know It, Chapter 3. So this is what these assignments are going to look like. Again, I won't do all of them. Just give you an example. A quarter note divides into 4/8. Well, at this point, it's just fractions. Okay? So if you have a quarter of something, what does it divide into? Well, 1/4 divides into 2/8. 2/8 equals 1/4. So this is false. Okay, a quarter note divides into 2/8. What is the term for a musical work's primary pulse? Now, this is in the reading. If you do the reading, you'll find out that the primary pulse, what I'm tapping or what I'm snapping, is not necessarily 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, 6, 5. All this is a beat. Oh, and let's say you say, man, I'm pretty sure I can do well on this. Okay, what term refers to how quickly or slowly a work should be performed? Look at that. Performance markings, tempos, and dynamics. I've got a video lecture on terms of expression, tempos and dynamics. Between the video lecture and the reading, you should be able to understand that when we talk about the speed of a piece of music, we are talking about tempo. All right. And again, I don't want to answer all of these for you, but that's how easy these are. And again, if you're reading something like this and you're just going, what? I'm not sure I remember if Miranda talked about this in the video. Well, guess what? It's in the reading. Where? On page 49. All right. So you should be able to get through this. Now I've also given you, that's the know-its, and I've given you the show-its. I'm giving you 3.1. Let's do a couple of these. 13 questions. All right. As you look at each of these different kinds of notes, you identify if you're looking at a 16th, a whole, quarter, eighth, half. All right, by now we should know that that's a half note. We're counting to 4. That's 1, 2. That's a half rest. 3, 4. 1, 2. There's a quarter rest. That's a quarter note. Half note, quarter note. So you just indicate what they are. So that guy's a half. If you want, you can even listen to it. 3, 4. Is that 2, 3, 4? 3. All right, that's the tune. What's this? That's another half note. What's that? That's a quarter. What's that? Another half note. Oh, sorry. Go for the lines. Those are eighth notes. All right, next question. Identify the rhythmic name of the notes. Well, let's just listen to this real quick. Okay, listen to it again. Follow it. All right, so let's see what we got here. Well, these are eighth notes, but notice the eighth notes. We can have eighth notes, they're separate, or eighth notes beamed. Well, it looks like these guys are beamed. See, that's a beam. And in the reading, that's a beam. So these are eighth notes beamed. All right, what kind of notes are these? Eighth note has 1 beam. 2 beams, we cut that fraction in half. Eighths, sixteenths, and they're beamed. What's that? That's an eighth note, and that's an eighth note. So this is 2 eighth notes, and that's 2 eighth notes. What's the difference? These are 2 eighth notes beamed. These are 2 eighth notes separate. Now, who's the last guy? Whole note. He gets the whole measure. Let's do one more. All right, so what kind of notes are these? 1 beam would be eighth. Those are 2 beams. So there's sixteenths. There's sixteenths beamed. What's that guy? He's a quarter. What's those guys? Just like those ones. Sixteenths beam. And that's a half. Okay. And you'll have some questions that are kind of like fractions. I'm not going to answer this one for you, but it's your typical, you know what your mathematical links are. How many quarter notes are in a half? It's a mathematical question. How many quarters are in 1/2? I'm not going to give the answer. Let you guys figure that out. Then I've given you 3.2. All right. Select the meter signature below. That looks like it should go to this package. So there's no meter signature there. But you have to look at the rhythms and figure out, is it 2/4, 4/8, 4/4, 3/4? Well, let's see. Just start counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that sure sounds to me like it's 3/4. 3 beats in the measure. 1, 2, 3. And every time there's a beat, boom, 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 quarter note. Quarter note is on the beat. All right. What do you think this is? 6/4, 4/4, 2/4, 3/4. Start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's plain old 4, 4. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now it's 3, but is it 3, 4 or 3, 8? Because I'm counting to 3. Well, let's look at this. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 beats. On each beat, what kind of note is it? It's a quarter. So it's 3 beats of the measure. Quarter note gets the beat. All right, etc., etc. They got. I don't want to do all of these for you, but in a couple, they give you like the wrong. They give you a wrong. Something's wrong in the measure, and you click what is wrong with that. So that's your homework for the Musician's Guide to Fundamentals. Reminding you again what your Tonesavvy homework is. You'll have some rhythm performance. So let's do a couple of the rhythm things I'm going to give you. Because this week we have studied meter signature, I'm going to give you stuff that looks like this. Let's see. Let's take that out. And let's just put a quarter rest in there. No ties. I'll include rest because you guys should still know your rest. Here, tap, 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 tap. All right, here we go. What is this rhythm doing? We count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest. 4. What does it sound like? Rest. I can tap that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. I'm going to redo that. I'm going to redo that because I should have done this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest. 4. All right, let's do one more of these. Some students will go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1 and rest. 3 and 4. Here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Listen to it. Rest. 3 and rest. 1, 2, 3 and rest. I can tap that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and rest. 3 and rest. 1, 2, 3 and rest. Okay. Now again, I do want to remind you all that practicing these things are very, very important. Now let's assume that these are very easy for you. Well, guess what? If they're easy and you want to challenge yourself, challenge yourself. You guys can set this up. Go hard. You can or you can custom. You can custom and you can decide what you want to do. You'll throw some 16ths in there. Throw some other stuff. Challenge yourself if you think the stuff is too easy. Okay? So we're going to change the time signature. I'm not going to do the hard stuff, but I'm going to keep it nice and easy. And I'll throw some, like I said. There we go. I'll throw some basic stuff in there. Now it's 3. Now we go. Tap, 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 tap. Now we're counting to 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, you can always hear what these sound like. Sometimes hearing them and following it, you get the idea. 2, 3. 2 and 3. tap that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's just do one more. I'll just do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. See? I'm not going to do 2, 4 because I've already did something like that in the previous video of meter. Okay, so we have that stuff. I've also given you piano keys. Continuing, you still need to know, still more practice, that you know how to read notes. Oh, did I pass it? That you know how to read notes and you understand where they are in the different octaves, and you understand where their placement is on a keyboard. So we're going to do everything. All right. So we should be able to read bass clef and know what that is. That is an E. If you look at this and you have no idea what that is, you need to practice, because part of the most fundamental thing about being a musician is being able to read. That's an E. Great, that's an E. Which E? There's E, there's E, there's E, there's E. Where is this E? Well, middle C would be right here. And so if we go to this E, that would be that one. This E's even lower. This E's all the way down here. Okay, what's that? By now you should know that's a, if you do not know that's a B, go back and practice. That's a B, and that B is right below middle C. Where's that guy? That's an A sharp. There's A sharp, A sharp, A sharp, A sharp. Where's that A sharp? Well, it's considerably lower than this C. If I went to this A sharp, it would be here. That one's lower. Now this A sharp's here. Where's that A sharp? Here. That was interesting how they did that. Okay, etc., etc. So this is continuing working on your reading. Then I've given you the major minor seconds. All right, and I'm not going to go through them again because I did quite a few of them on the lecture of the video lecture of major minor seconds, where you are going to do everything a musician should be able to do. You will build them. You will know how to make your intervals. You can look at the music and identify what you see. And finally, your ear hears what those are. Again, in all of these exercises, I will give hints, I will give tries, but I don't give unlimited hints. All right, guys, that's it. Have a great week. Talk to you later.